Greetings, YouTube. Sometimes I think to myself, those of you across the pond, you're like asleep when so much craziness goes down in the game. And so I'm sure, like I remember when there were emergency maintenance and the game was down for like 3 hours for people. Oh, there's hair on my hat. And nobody ever knew when you're across the pond, at least not the people who aren't on the same team I am, which is Team Hashtag Insomnia. Because, of course, you all got to see for yourselves sleep while those of us in, say, the United States and Canada and other similar time zones, Mexico, were forced to notice that the game had gone down. In this case, we saw on Friday that the event quest had disappeared, and so had the side quest, even maybe the Eternity of Pain, like everything had disappeared. There were some actual theories that Kabam just wanted everybody to play the arena. Just wanted to do more arena, especially with the Lions quest over. So there are a lot of theories as to why the summer camp has gone the route that it went in 2021. I still miss just the regular login calendar that I really think they should have kept and then just added on like a spending event on top of that. Plus, I think they would have sold more had they done that, because they would have been able to justify some loyalty from the player base and say, hey, we'll give you this and we'll tempt you to give you this. Instead, it feels like that analogy I used earlier on Friday, where you've got both the business class on a plane and then a chance for the first class seat on a plane. The annoying part of this, though, because of course this is going to be 3 different events over the course of 3 different months, but if I was designing this, and say I am greedy or whatever, I don't care. You've got these hexagons, which this entire thing feels like we're filling out a math problem mixed with a puzzle. I do not like the layout of it whatsoever. But we've got all these hexagons, of course, and then the most important, the most valuable part of this, besides the units, which for those of you who've messaged me, yes, it's true. Years ago when we had the login calendar, we also got 1,500 units, I think, total for free. And so to make us pay cash now and to nerf the unit amount is unfortunate. But we have 1 greater platinum hexa badge at the end of each 30 days worth of points. 1. 1 platinum and 3 number 5 platinum hexa badges. So 3 number 5s, 1 greater platinum hexa badge. So I think there's like a million ways to design this that are less confusing than what it looks like. But we can only work with what we have in front of us. So 1 platinum badge and 3 of the times 5s, for example. And yes, if you want either a 50% tier 5 class catalyst fragment selector or a 6-star dual nexus, it's going to cost you all 3 of your platinum badges. In addition to that, Kabam's kind of in this genius marketing move where if you buy the first month, you have to buy the next 2 to have access to the 6-star dual class nexus. Now, what I would have done was give 3 of those out per month so you could get all 3 of the dual class nexus at the end of 90 days. And yes, it would have been an amazing value. And I'm not saying it's a terrible value because I still think it's a solid value, but it would have probably earned some goodwill with the community. Now, it's like, figure out what champion you want to go for because you get to choose 1. So in the spirit of that, you have to ask yourself, is this worth $30 to me? And at its best in terms of progression level, my man Velotti, Vellotti, thank you, sir, calculated this. For $30, now of course you can also spend more than $30, especially on the Limit 4 Summoner event boosters, and earn yourself for an extra $20, some 6-star shards and other preview items. But you get 1,170 units, which $30 worth of units is 850 units. So unit-wise, and again, they used to give us like 1,500 for free. So I'm not saying this is like an amazing value. I'm just doing the math. Okay, so they give you 320 more units than normal, which is not that much. But then when you consider that, everything else becomes a bonus. Imagine this is like a unit-based offer with an extra 320 units plus the following, if you get all the days in. 4 Cavalier Crystals, 6 Tier 4 Class Catalyst Selectors, 3 25% Tier 5 Class Catalyst Selectors, 6 Tier 2 Alpha, 2 Tier 5 Basic, 9 6-star Sig Stones, the generics, 24,000 6-star shards, 12,825 Tier 6 Basic, 10,135 Tier 3 Alpha, and your choice of one of the 3 now in front of you 6-star dual class crystals. Now, I'd say on paper, that is absolutely worth $30. But you could have made it feel like we weren't having to go through a combination of senior calculus and Stranger Things in order to have the ability to understand the purchases of this. So I want to thank Vladi again for breaking down the math for us, and let me know if you think this is worth $30. I personally think it's a great value for $30, but I miss the old calendar and wish it was presented better. Like I said, you could only deal with what hand you're dealt with the cards, and this was, this was the hand we were dealt.